verse number 33. Huwa allazi khalaqa al-layla wan-nahara. It is Allah who has created the day and the night. Wash-shamsa wal-qamar, the sun and the moon. Kullun fi falaki yasbahun. Each one traveling in an orbit with its own motion. The Arabic word yasbahun describes the motion of a moving body, and it says that the sun, besides revolving, it even rotates about its own axis. And today science tells us, with the help of an equipment, we can have the image of the sun on the tabletop, and the sun has got black spots, and it takes approximately 25 days for these black spots to complete one rotation, indicating that the sun takes 25 days to complete one rotation. Who could have mentioned this? What I learnt in school 23 years back, now the science says it is wrong. And the Quran has mentioned this 1400 years ago. Who could have mentioned this in the Quran? The atheist may give a long pause. Don't wait for the reply. You can keep on continuing. Today, scientists tell us that our universe is expanding. The same message is given in the Quran 1400 years ago. In Surah Dhariyat, chapter number 51, verse number 47, that we have created the vastness of space, the expanding universe. In the field of hydrology, it was Sir Bernard Palissy in 1580 who was the first person who described the present water cycle which we learn in school. Previously, we did not know about the water cycle. The first person was Sir Bernard Palissy in 1580 that he described that the water evaporates from the ocean, forms into clouds, it moves into the interior, it falls down as rain, and the water table is replenished. Now, this water cycle is described in the Quran in great detail in several places. In Surah Zumur chapter 39 verse 21, in Surah Rum chapter number 30 verse number 24, in Surah Mu'minun chapter number 23 verse number 18, in Surah Hijr chapter number 15 verse 22, in Surah Nur chapter number 24 verse 43, in Surah Rum chapter number 30 verse 48, in Surah Ra'd chapter number 13 verse number 17, in Surah Araf chapter number 7 verse number 57, in Surah Furqan chapter number 25 verse 48 to 49, in Surah Fatir chapter 35 verse number 9, in Surah Qaf chapter number 50 verse number 9, in 11, in Surah Waqia chapter 56 verse 68 to 70, in Surah Mulk chapter 67 verse number 30, in Surah Tariq chapter number 86 verse number 11. You can keep on giving references only of water cycle mentioned in the Quran 1400 years ago. The Quran speaks about the water cycle in great detail. You can talk for several minutes on each verse talking about water cycle. Who could have mentioned this in the Quran 1400 years ago? And the atheists would be silent. Keep on. There are several scientific facts mentioned in the Quran. The Quran speaks about geology. Today science tells us that the mountains give stability to the earth. If the mountains were not there, the earth would shake. The Quran says in Surah Naba, chapter number 78, verse number 6 and 7, that we have created the earth as an expanse, wal jibala autada, and the mountains as stakes. Today science tells us that the portion of the mountain you see above the ground is a very small portion. The major portion is deep within the ground. Like how when you put a tent peg in the ground, small portion remains on top, the major portion goes down. And these roots of the mountain, they give stability to the earth. The Quran says in Surah Anbiya, chapter number 21, verse number 31, that we have created the mountain standing firm on the earth, lest it would shake with you. In the field of oceanology, we knew previously that there were two types of water, salt and sweet. But we did not know that why these two waters did not mix. Quran says in Surah Furqan, chapter number 25, verse number 53, that it is Allah who has created two bodies of flowing water, one sweet and the other salty. Though they meet, they will not mix. There is a barrier between them which is forbidden to be trespassed. Today, after science advance, we have come to know that though one type of water flows into the other type of water, it loses its constituents and gets homogenized into the water it flows. This homogenizing area, the Quran refers to as barzakh, an unseen barrier, which science has discovered today, and Quran has mentioned 1400 years ago. In the field of biology, the Quran says in Surah Anbiya, chapter number 21, verse number 30, وَجَعَلْنَا مِنَ الْمَاءِ كُلَّ شَيْءٍ hai. We have created every living thing from water. Who could have believed 1400 years ago that every living creature is made of water? Today science has confirmed that everything is made from water. Quran says in Surah Nur, chapter number 24, verse number 45, we have created every animal from water. Quran says in Surah Furqan, chapter number 25, verse number 54, we have created every human being from water. In the field of botany, Quran says that even the plants have got sexes, male and female. In Surah Taha, chapter number 20, verse 53, which we came to know recently. Quran says that every kind of fruits are created in pairs. In Surah Ra'd, chapter number 13, verse number 3. In the field of zoology, Quran speaks about the lifestyle of the animals. In Surah Anam, chapter number 6, verse number 38. Quran speaks about the lifestyle of the bees. In Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse 68 and 69. Quran speaks about the spider. In Surah Ankabut, chapter 29, verse 41. About the ant in Surah Namal, chapter number 27, verse number 17 to 18. And all these aspects of the spider, of the ants, of the bees, we have come to know recently, and Quran mentions in detail 1400 years ago. Who could have mentioned this? Quran speaks about medicine, that in the honey there is healing for humankind. In Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 68 to 69. Quran speaks about the production of milk and the circulation of blood. In Surah Nahl, chapter 16, verse 66, and Surah Mu'minun, chapter number 23, verse 21, 1400 years ago, which we have come to know recently. Quran speaks about medicine, about physiology, about embryology. The various stages of the human development is described in detail in Surah Mu'minun, chapter number 23, verse number 12 to 14. Quran speaks about genetics, about the sex responsible for the child. In Surah Najm, chapter number 53, verse number 45. Quran speaks about the fingerprinting method. In Surah Qiyamah, chapter number 75, verse number 3 and 4. After every scientific fact mentioned in the Quran, ask the atheist, who could have mentioned this in the Quran 1400 years ago? And his reply would be, the creator, the manufacturer, the maker, the inventor. This creator, this manufacturer, this maker, this inventor, we Muslims, we call him as Allah. Even to an atheist, we can prove about the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the help of the last and final revelation, the glorious Quran. We are not using science to prove Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The science is the yardstick of the atheist. Our yardstick is the Quran. We are using our yardstick and comparing with his yardstick and trying to prove that our yardstick, the glorious Quran, is far superior to your science.